Hey everybody, been wanting to do this for a while. Put a humbucker in an acoustic guitar to see what it sounds like. This is the easiest way I could think of doing it. Using this old bung, sound hole bung. Just took the surround off of the humbucker, marked around it, and cut it out with a Stanley knife. And then just pop the old humbucker in there, and it fits in there nice and snug like. Nice and snug, not going anywhere. So you can pick these up quite cheap. I can't remember how much I paid for this one. I've had it ages and ages. It's a Soundways one, but you can get these, I'm pretty sure, for just a few quid, which is the cheapest thing to be doing. There you go. So I took the old Harley Benton sound hole pickup out of this guitar. You can see a review of that video up top, bing, and inspecting all the wiring. Very good. Anyway, so this is how the pickup will go in. It just slots into the sound hole like this. It's a very, very tight squeeze, so nothing is going to move, which is really great. And that's where the pickup sits, right in the middle of the sound hole like that. You can probably twist it to get a slightly different tone, but that's basically the setup. So, strings off. First thing we've got to do is feed the wire from the pickup to the hole at the back, because it's got like a jack socket strap button type thing. So this is quite fiddly, but all I do is just feed an old string through the hole, wrap it around the pickup wire, and then just pull it through. Little tip for you. Makes the job nice and easy. There he is, just like that. And then that can sit in there. So the next job obviously is to wire in the socket. There's only 2 wires on this, nice and easy, so we just pop that on there. And pop the pickup in. This is a 4-inch hole, I believe, if you're interested. Most of them are standard. Some are different sizes though, so you'll have to check on your acoustic if you're going to do this. Got the pickup all wired in, and so the EQ is working with it as well. So we've got volume, bass, middle and treble. It's very, very small and fiddly, so I will explain how I wired it in this easy to understand diagram. Okay, I'll explain this the best I can. So the jack socket has 3 pins. It has a hot or a positive. It has a ground, and it has a second pin, and I can't remember what that's called, but it's the second pin. We'll call it the second pin. So the pickup like so has 2 wires, and it has a white wire, which is obviously the positive, and a ground. So the white wire I took to hot on the jack socket, like so, white, and the ground I took to the second pin, like so. On the EQ system, we have 3 wires. We have a red, we have a white, and we have a ground. Now the ground I took to ground on the jack socket. The red I took to hot on the jack socket. and the white one went to the second pin, like so. And that is how I wired it. So the only other problem is there is a slight ground hum. In order to get rid of that, I'm going to ground the jack socket to a plate underneath the bridge, which should eliminate any nasty hum that we have. So in order to do that, I am going to take a cable, a nice bit of shielded wire, and I'm going to attach it to the earth on the jack. I'm going to take this trem plate, this old trem plate here, solder the wire to that. That's going to sit underneath the bridge, and then when you wire your strings in, or when you string your guitar, you just feed the strings up through the plate and across, and that will earth it. Okay, so I've connected the wire to the earth on the jack, fed it through the hole. I've soldered it to this plate here, wrapped it around there, so we've got a nice connection. Now what we do, on a string, you simply, the old string, but it'd be easier with a new string, obviously. Thread the string through the base, like so. And then when you pop it in here, you put your string up through this way. Mind my head. Turn the pickup on. You wind that up through there, and then do that for every string, and then that plate is now earthed underneath, and you can string across like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all the strings. Right, so now I've got all the strings threaded through. Obviously a better way would probably be to just fix a metal plate underneath, glue it in or something, and then just have it so the holes are the same size, so you could just use the pins and not have to do all this. But this is just a quick way, it's a bit of an experiment to see if it'll work. I may do something a bit more permanent later, but I had this knocking around and this made sense to me. So before you all start jumping on me going, bro, what are you doing? Oh my god, you could do it so much easier. I know, but let's just see if this works. That's the point. So I've got all my strings through. It wasn't that hard actually, at all. It was quite easy. So I'm going to stick this in, and then I'm going to check that the pickup is still working. Oh, it's tight. Ooh. Like so. Just give it another. Yeah, it's all still working great. And I'm just going to start putting the strings across. So there you are, folks. It's all in, job done, no humming whatsoever. So it's that technique to earth the acoustic worked perfectly. I did scour YouTube to see if there was any tutorials on how to earth an acoustic, and there's nothing out there. So I just kind of had to make it up, and it worked fine. Like I said earlier, I would probably, on a permanent basis, find a piece of metal that was a decent, the right size, and drill the holes the right size so I can use the pins rather than string it like the way I did, because we can't use the pins at the moment. But you could do that easily and then just earth the plate underneath, so that works perfectly. The pickup itself it's got some distance from the strings, but it's picking up okay. The EQ works with the pickup as well, so I've got volume, bass, middle and treble on there, which is really handy. So yeah, let's do some sound tests. So for this particular test, I set the EQ like this. This is pretty much how I normally have it when I'm gigging. So we've got a bass boost. I always put the bass up top, always scoop the mids and adjust the treble accordingly. Volume's on maximum on it. I think it's a great success. I really like the sound. It actually sounds quite acousticy, which I was quite happy about. I will just try it quickly with some gain on it and see what happens. It'll probably sound terrible, but let's see. Well, so there you are. If you want to put a humbucker into an acoustic guitar or a single coil, then this is the way to do it, definitely. Very cheap to do, very simple to do. I hope this video was helpful for you. And if you like these kind of videos, then please do like, comment and subscribe. Despite the fact that YouTube decided to do a purge and take 300 subscribers away from me, I'm still doing quite well. It's still moving forward, and I'm very, very grateful that the subscribers I do have are real subscribers rather than inactive accounts or whatever it was. But that's a different story for a different time. Anyway, so peace. Till next time.
1, 2, 3, 4. If you like my YouTube show, hit like and comment and get involved. If you dig my vibe, then hit subscribe and never miss an episode of my YouTube show. Peace. Till next time.